Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 14, 2021. I want to cover heavily shorted stocks and how to benefit from them. With that, we'll look at top heavily shorted stocks and how to spot good stocks and look at few charts and see if you can buy some of these stocks at this point. So with that, here we have list of heavily shorted stocks. Top of the list, BBIG Vinco. It's a $2 stock, very small market capitalization. You have to be careful with very small market cap stocks because these can be easily manipulated. And then you got PubMatic, $29 stocks. Its market cap is $1.4 billion, a little bigger as you can see here, and 39% short at this time. And we got Support.com, one of my favorite, again, very small market cap here, $196 million and 38% short. And we got Workhors, little bit bigger company, $1.1 billion market cap, 36% short here. And we got a couple more here, EVFM, very small market cap, 110 million. And as you can see, these type of stocks, which are is the penny stock, can be easily manipulated. You got to be careful with the low market cap stocks. And then you got here FUV Arcimoto, $14 stocks. It's about $504 million market cap and 34% short, and so on and so forth. You can just quickly look through. What we'll do is we'll look at these charts, these stocks into a little more detail and see what's good to buy right now. So with that, let's jump in and look at a few numbers. So here we got a list of 25 heavily shorted stocks. Top of the list is BBIG Vinco, as we talked about. The way to read this chart is I got the price here and market cap. We have insider transactions and institution transactions. It's very important to look at insider transactions and institution transactions. Often by looking at these two columns, you'll be able to understand what's going on, what the dynamics. For example, with the Vinco, we have institutions buying this stock, so that's a good story. On the contrary, in PubMatic, insiders are selling. At the same time, institutions are buying. So that's also a good sign here. There's some good balance here. And we got sales and sales growth. Very important for a company to have good sales growth. So I look at this very closely. And then we got gross margin. That tells you if the company is making it from a margin perspective. And we also have net margin. So companies with a positive net margin are always good. But negative net margin is okay if there's a nice gross margin associated with it. And then we got RSI. RSI tells you if the stock is oversold or overbought. A RSI below 55 is a good one. So that's you can buy. It's a good entry point. But RSI above 55, you got to take a quick look at those. Probably wait for a small pullback. And then we got institutional ownership here. It's very good to have great institutional ownership. For example, here PubMatic, nice institutional ownership. Next, we got short as a percentage of float. It's in a descending order. Company at the top, BBIG, has a very heavy short ratio here, and it's in a descending order from there. And then you got price to sales ratio. It tells you if the company is expensive from a valuation perspective. As an example, Workhors is very expensive here. Support.com. Workhors is very expensive at this time because price to sales ratio is 100 plus at this time. And then we got here performance 1 day, 1 week, and so on and so forth, all the way to 5 year. I purposefully included 5 year because that will give you a good idea if the stock is a one trick pony or it's got what it takes for the long haul. And then we got here how much the stock is off from 52-week high. That tells you it's a good time to buy now or do you need to wait. Typically, if the stock is at 52-week high, you'd rather wait for a little pullback. But all the stocks here, as you can see here, they have pulled back nicely from 52-week high. So that's how you read the chart here. And then we'll look at a few stocks here in a little more detail and go from there. So BBIG, very small market cap here, $173 million market cap, and institutions are buying this stock, as you can see here. stock does not have a sales growth here. It's got a $15 million sales, but sales growth is negative. Gross margin is positive, that's good. Net margin is also negative. RSI is 42, and as you scan through here, company is showing some strength in the near term. In 1 week, it's done 2%. So it tells you there is something going on here. It may be okay to put a little bit money to work at this time because there is a short term. In 1 week, company has done a little better here. Even though in the longer run, company has not done great. And then you got PubMatic here. PubMatic, on the other hand, as you scan through this here, it's got a good gross margin, 75%. It's a software company. It's into digital advertising. That's why you got a huge gross margin. Institutions are buying it. It's a positive sign, and insiders are selling it, as you can see here. And as you scan through here, they're also making money. They have a positive net margin. That's always good. RSI is 43, tells you it's in a good entry point. But from now on, it's a little bit different picture here because stock is not able to gain any traction in near term. So it's been off since 6 months, 3 months, 1 month. But as you scan through here, I could see here in 2 weeks, it's a 0%. That tells you there is some progress going on here in the nearer term. So that's why it may be okay to slowly accumulate PubMatic at these levels and hold it for a while. Given it's very cheap at this time with RSI 43 and price to sales ratio also 8 at this time. And then you got support.com here as you scan through here. Again, here sales growth is negative as you can see here. And institutions are buying the stock, that's good. And also insiders are buying slowly. So it checks out from an institution and insider buying perspective. That's a good one. And as you scan through here, RSI is 63. That tells you, hey, wait a little bit. Company is right now probably not a good time to buy. But even with 63, you could buy a little bit and hold for a while. And as you scan through here, stock has been doing good in 1 day, 1 week, all the way to 5 years. So it shows very good conviction here. That's why some of these stock, it's okay to buy even though RSI is 63, given stock price is just $8.10, and there is some good prospectus in support.com because more and more people are providing technical support from home, and this company provides technology for that. And then you got Workhors here, as you can see here. It's got very good market cap. It's a $1.1 billion market cap. Insiders as well as institutions are selling it. So that's a little bit negative news for this company. And sales is $3 million, very low sales. That's why sales growth is exaggerated here. And gross margin is negative. And I would probably ignore this net margin here, nothing material here, because sales itself is $3 million here. And they got a little bit high debt on their balance sheet. RSI 32 tells you stock is completely oversold. So as a contrarian, it may be okay to buy some of this stock here, Workhors, and ride it along. And we'll cover many of these companies in a little more detail, but I just want to pick on one or two here. First one I would pick on is really EVFM, 71 cent stock. So as you can see here, insiders are buying it, institutions are buying it. That's a good sign here. But as you scan through here, stock is completely oversold. So it may be okay to be a contrarian and buy some EVFM 71 cent stock, given insiders are buying it and institutions are buying it. Stock is completely oversold. And then you got FUV here. As you can see here, nothing great news here. Main thing is stock fell off the cliff 20% in 1 day on a news that there is some investigation going on around companies' stock purchase and sale practices. And then as we scan through here, we got Big 5 here. A lot of insiders sold the stock, so that will put some pressure on the company. And then got Clovis Oncology, same story, insiders selling. On the other hand, Circuit.com, CRCT, this one could be a good one to buy here. Insiders are buying the stock. Stock is completely sold off here with RSI 34. And then we got here Smile Direct. This stock has got obliterated last week. Stock tumbled big time, and looks like insiders are selling. Institutions are also selling. As a contrarian, it may be okay to buy some of this stock at this low price and hold it for a while. And then we got here MMAT here. Insiders are selling it. It's 16%. As you can see here, stock has been sold off in the shorter term. It may be okay to be a contrarian. We'll touch on this a little bit later. And then we got here RCON, Chinese-based energy technology company. Very, very, very low market cap, $82 million market cap, and stock has been selling off big time. It may be okay to buy a little bit into this stock, into this weakness. Understand it's a very low cap stock here. And then you got a couple more here. Big one to look at is really SENS. Looks like insiders are selling, but institutions are buying. That's a good sign here. And I think this stock probably is overdone here at this time. It may be okay to buy a little bit here, but right now price to sales ratio is a little bit high. That tells you stock is expensive. And then as you scan through here, we got Ocugen and WOOF. Both have got insiders selling the stock, as you can see here. And the same story with the Green Vision. Insiders selling it. Institutions are also selling it. So there's something to watch out here. And as you scan through on the performance side here, you can spot here by looking at this quickly. You could buy some BBIG here, shorter term. There is progress here, as you can see here. And as you scan through all the way here, with BEST, there is some shorter term 2-week positiveness here. It's a low dollar stock. You could buy some at these levels and hold it for a while. And as you scan through Ocugen, also there is some shorter term progress here. You could buy into this weakness. So with that, let's jump in and go to the next slide here. We got a couple more, and we'll touch on few anomalies so we can look through those. ATOS looks like insiders are selling it. Institutions are buying. That's a okay sign, not a bad sign here. But as you can see here, in the shorter term, company showing some progress. So it's okay to buy some ATOS at these levels, given there is some short term improvement. And as you scan through here, PBTS, NAOE, looks like stock got obliterated, tumbled, huge on Friday. And it's got some progress in 1 week. Some of these stocks, it may be okay to buy when they are tumbling so much. But only issue here is, NAOV, I think it's got some good 1-year profit, 1-year sales growth, but negative quarter over quarter. So something to wait and watch. Whenever you see you don't see sales growth, you got to be a little bit careful. But these two companies have got some sales growth. And then we got Good RX. It's a prescription, type medicine company. They will sell prescriptions through website, electronic through their website. So as you can see here, right now, stock short percentage is 26%, and stock has been improving, as you can see here. This was duds for a long time, not doing great. Now it's doing well, but RSI is 71. I would wait for a little pullback before I put my money to work. Then as you scan through here, know before, this is a security company. Right now I think it's okay to buy. As you can see here, insiders are buying it, institutions are buying it, and RSI is 54. That tells you even now you can buy this company. This can do well. On the other hand, App Harvest, as you can see here, insiders are selling it, institutions are selling it. So you got to be a little careful here. Stock has been dropping off, as you can see here. As a contrarian, you could also buy some App Harvest and hold it, because when the chart is ugly, when all the things are negative, that's typically a good time to initiate a small position and hold on. And then as you scan through here, Nicola, Romeo, even XELA, all of them got insider transactions, which is negative here, something to watch out for. But Romeo, on the positive side, institutions are buying the stock. As you scan through here, you could see there is some short-term positive in XELA. It may be okay to buy a little bit into this positiveness here, but stock sold off on Friday. And as you scan through here, even Fastly, there is some light at the end of the tunnel here. Looks like 1 week performance is positive. It may be okay to buy a little bit of Fastly at these levels. And Fastly, this on the positive side, it's sales, 1 year sales, quarter over quarter sales, even gross margin are all green. That's a good thing. And as you scan through here, even Clover Health, I think it's a good one to buy at these levels. There is some green in the 1 week and 2 week. That tells you there is some conviction here. On the other hand, SoFi stock got sold off on Friday. And right now, all the indications are negative, as you can see here. I would buy some SoFi at these levels, hold it for a long time. It's a fintech play. I think this will do well. And as you scan through here, looks like Academy Sports, huge insider selling here, something to keep in mind. But there is some positiveness. It may be okay to buy slowly into this because there's a short-term, positive news, positive sign here. And as you scan through here, we got KPTI. There's some progress in the short term. I would probably buy some KPTI at these levels here, given there is some positiveness on last Friday. And then you got Wayfair, same story. Stock has been doing great, as you can see here. Off late it's doing well. RSI is 61. Probably I would wait a little bit for a pullback and then buy Wayfair. This stock has sold off nicely a couple of weeks ago. That was a good buying opportunity. And then you got Poshmark. Poshmark, as you can see here, insiders selling, probably lockup expiration. Institutions are buying. Stock is completely sold off. It's a second-hand luxury apparel. I would probably buy some Poshmark at these levels here. Stock is completely sold off. They're expanding into India and other places. And then we got Cinemark, as you can see here, no positiveness here. It's all negative. But as you see here, institutions are buying slowly. It may be okay to buy some, Cinemark at these levels. Stock is completely sold off. And then you got a couple more here. As you scan through this, probably Solo here, very low dollar stock, electric vehicle play. Right now there is some progress in 1 week. I could buy this stock at these levels and hold for a while. So with that, let's go into next slide here. We got a couple more here as we scan through. Couple things to note for. We got ATUS here, insiders selling big time, something to watch out for. And same story with Skills, insiders are selling. But on the positive news, we got institutions buying slowly. That's the good news here. And as you scan through here, REIs, insiders are buying. That's a good sign. It's a great story here. And we got a couple more here. Watch out for insiders selling in these stocks here. Same story. You got a lot of insiders selling. Companies like Sabre and VXRT and so on and so forth. On the positiveness, VXRT institutions are buying big time. That's a good one. And also Marathon institutions are buying. That's also a good one. And as you look at the performance here, I would probably look at companies like Lucid. Lucid is showing some progress in the shorter term. I would probably buy some Lucid. It's a Tesla killer, but probably it will need some more time for that. And then we got BBBY showing some strength in the shorter term. I would probably buy some BBBY at these levels, low RSI, as you can see here. And as you scan through here, even beyond meat, showing some positiveness in the 3-month chart here. I could buy some Beyond Meat at these levels, given RSI is very low. As we scan through here, we got one more WTRH. Probably so this one is okay to buy at these levels. Very low price stock, as you can see here, showing some strength on Friday, and RSI is 27, completely sold off. And as you scan through here, looks like all these are negative at this time. All have got huge negative, as you can see here. We'll go to the next slide. I would probably look at stocks like Marathon because crypto is coming back. RSI is 59. I would wait for a little pullback and buy some Marathon. And I also like Real. It's also into second hand. It's into some of these antiques. I think it's right now it's a good one to buy. RSI is 51. I think it's also into apparel. Probably it's a good one to buy at these levels. Given stock is completely sold off, it's a second hand type. It's a contrarian type play here because stock is sold off completely. And then we'll go into next slide here. This slide we got a couple more here. I love Virgin Atlantic. Stock is completely sold off, as you can see here. It's again a contrarian play. You could buy some Virgin Atlantic. No fundamental, no positive on the fundamental side, but Richard Branson, I think he knows how to navigate this company. Stock fell off because Richard Branson sold some of the Virgin Galactic stock. That's why stock is showing some bearishness here. And we got a couple more as we scan through here. Insider selling, huge insider selling in FUBO, NTLS, same story, Dynavax, Sun Power. You can see all these insiders are selling, even Chewy for that matter. On PCT here, looks like institutions are buying big time. That's a positiveness. And even Bit Digital, stock shot up. As you can see here, insiders are buying Bit Digital big time. So with that, if you see on the performance side of the house, you could see some of the stocks. For example, here Sorrento is showing some progress near term. You could buy some Sorrento at the weakness. Right now RSI is 57. It's okay to wait for a little pullback and then buy. As you scan through here, even this one here, Nordstrom showing some strength in the nearer term. I would buy some Nordstrom also at these levels. And even this one here, Voya Financials. I think this one also could be a good one to buy at these levels, some positiveness in the near term. And as you scan here, SFM, Sprouts, it's also okay to buy at these levels. So with that, we'll go to next slide here. So we look at few charts and see what we can make out and what we can understand from these charts here and go from there. First is BBIG. As you can see here, it offers toys, plush, homewares, electronics to retailers, distributors. As you can see, a stock is up and down all over the map. And looks like their earnings is coming up on 16th around the corner. Stock is sold off before the earnings. Typically, when stock gets sold off before the earnings, that tells you it may be okay to buy a little bit into this weakness here, because you can typically expect a pop after the earnings if the company drops off so significantly. As you can see here from the history, earnings stock kind of did nothing much but shot up afterwards. Earnings stock went up. So there is some positiveness here. You could see some good bump after the earnings, given there is a very, very heavy short ratio, as you can see here. And right now stock is below its 25, 50, 100-day moving average. It's actually trying to go bounce above 100-day moving average, and probably it will start bouncing above 100-day moving average also. So that's at least showing some positiveness. It's using the 200-day moving average as a support level at this time. And then we got PubMatic here. PubMatic, as you know, it's into internet advertising, digital advertising, programmatic. As you scan through the stock here, this stock also gives you up and down. As you can see here, went up, came down, went up, came all the way crashing down. So you got to be a little careful with this stock also. And as you see here, earnings, stock went up. Earnings, stock came down. Now stock is already down. We had earnings already. So you got to be, watching out. I think PubMatic could be okay to buy at these levels, given there is a positive, nice gross margin at these levels. It may be okay to buy some PubMatic here and hold for a long time. And then you got support.com, as you can see here, nice looking chart. And as you can see here, we got it's actually positive right now. It's above its 25-day moving average, but stock shot up all the way to the roof. So I would probably wait for a little pullback here. As you can see here, right now RSI 63, that tells you it's okay to wait a little bit, wait for a small pullback. And then we got Workhors here. Workhors, it's into technology, design, it's into EV battery play here. And as you can see here, it's below its 200, 100, 50, 25-day moving average. Right now, stock is bearish. So that's why it may be okay to buy a little bit as a contrarian and hold for a while. We'll go into next chart here to see a couple more. We got EVFM, as you can see here. It's into a biopharmaceutical company, unmet needs in the women's health here. Right now, stock is completely sold off, as you can see here, below 200, 150 day moving average. It's trying to bounce off of 25-day moving average. I think earnings just happened here. So I would probably buy some into this weakness here. It's a very low price stock, as you can see here, 71 cents. And FUV, as you can see here, we got a huge drop on Friday. So stock are doing nicely. It was above its 25-day moving average. But right now it's trying to use 200-day moving average as a support level here. I would probably buy some FUV at these levels. Earnings is on 8/16. Looks like there is some negative news around some insider transactions with the company. That's why stock came down. So I would buy some of this stock at these levels. Probably you will see some bounce after the earnings. So next we got BGFV. As you can see here, they're into sporting goods. Stock is kind of trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average. As you see here, it's got positive sales growth. That's a good story. Insiders are selling it. Probably it's something along, insiders are selling a little bit. That's why stock is falling off, as you can see here. And as you see here, stock is bouncing off of its 100-day moving average. Stock is little BGFV. Right now RSI is 44, so you could buy some stock at these levels and hold it for a while, showing some strength in the 2-week chart. So it may be okay to buy a little bit of BGFV here. And then you got Blink here. Blink, as you see here, stock has not done much. Right now they are trying to bounce off of their 200-day moving average. As you see here, I could see this stock going up. I would buy a little bit of Blink at these levels. Joe Biden's infrastructure bill can help this company a little bit. And then you got a few more here. Clovis Oncology, CLVS. As you can see here, we got nice looking chart here. Stock goes up and down. One of the favorite meme stocks. I think they had their earnings also, as you can see here. Stock is trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average at this time. I would probably buy some, Clovis Oncology, given it's completely sold off. RSI is 40. That tells you can buy some at these levels. And then we got Circuit. Circuit, as you can see, a stock dropped off big time. These guys are into a creativity platform that enables users to turn ideas into professional looking handmade goods. You want to show some picture in your t-shirt or your coffee cup. This company can help. I think this is a good play here. Stock completely got sold off so quickly here. Right now it's below its 200-day moving average or barely above 200-day moving average. I would buy this company at these levels here. Given it's got a good sales, as you can see here, $1.1 billion. I would probably buy this stock at these levels. And then you got GOEV. It's again an electric vehicle company here. As you can see, a stock is sold off. It's below its 200-day moving average. Earnings is coming on 16th, which is next week. I would buy some stock at these levels. You could see some nice pop after the earnings. And then you got View here, VIEW. It's into smart building products. Company has been not doing well. It's below its all moving averages, 200, 150 as well as 25. Earnings is coming around the corner. Typically when this happens, you could see a small pop after the earnings. I would probably buy some View at these levels and wait and watch after the earnings. And then we got a couple more here. Smile Direct SDC. It offers clear aligner treatment. It's a competitor for ALGN aligned technologies as you can think of. It's also below all its moving averages at this time. As you can see, your insiders are selling, institutions are selling, stock has been selling off as you can see here. Nice gross margin. Also, quarter over quarter growth is good. I would probably buy into this stock at these levels here. As you can see here on the balance, volume is kind of dropping off a little bit and showing some little progress here and there, but it could be okay to buy at these levels. I think this company also reported the earnings. Good to buy at these levels and hold it. Then we got Chinese company here. They're into smart supply chain. Stock has been completely dropping off of late. Earnings is coming next week. This one I'm not very sure about. Probably I would hold off. But if you want to put a little bit money to work, it's a low price stock. Market cap is around 409 million. You might want to buy a little bit. Only reason I'm saying is as you look at the on the balance volume, that tells you people are buying the stock. So you can see here on the balance volume is shot up here. Right now it's still at a higher level. That tells you it's okay to buy a little bit at these levels, given on the balance volume is kind of picking up. And then you got TTCF, Tattooed Chef. They're into plant-based food company. They have a portfolio of frozen food. As you can see here, stock got tumbled completely. As you can see here, at these levels, I think it's okay to buy. It's below its 200-day moving average at this time. I think that's a good support level around $17. I would buy some into this weakness. Right now on the balance volume is also down here. Typically that happens when the stock sells off like this quickly. And then you got MMAT here. They're into photonics. They invent, design, develop, and manufacture functional materials and non-composites. Stock is completely sold off as you can see here. They also had the earnings. Probably at this time, it's okay to buy a little bit. Insiders are selling as you can see here. Institutions are buying slowly. Stock has been sold off completely. You can put some money to work here and take it from there. Next we got RCON. It's a Chinese company, Recon. As you see here, stock dropped off big time. Now it's trying to hold some, consolidate as we speak here. They're into energy here. They provide software, hardware, on-site services for the petroleum mining and extraction industry in China. As you see here, they got 24% gross margin and sales is 9 million, not too much. Negative sales growth in 1 year. Stock has been selling off big time. So I would probably buy at these levels here. It's right now it's consolidating nicely, trying to go above its 25-day moving average slowly, but not there yet. Then you got HRTX. It's a biotech company. As you can see here, stock has been completely sold off. They also had their earnings. Probably right now it's okay to buy some HRTX at these levels. It's trying to go above its 25-day moving average. As you can see here, I would buy some at these levels here. As you can see here, HRTX right now RSI is 25. Stock is completely sold off. And then you got SENS. Insiders are selling it. Institutions are buying it. That's a good sign here. This stock is trying to make progress, trying to go above its 25-day moving average. That's a good sign. Right now RSI is 47. That tells you even up here you could buy the stock at these levels. And then you got right here, Lordstow. It's a EV company, as you know, develops, manufactures, sells pickup trucks, electric vehicles. Stock is completely sold off at these levels. They also had their earnings. It may be okay to buy a little bit. There are a lot of electric vehicle companies. Only reason I'm saying it's okay to buy a little bit. At times, this company stock shoots up given it's a high short ratio. Next, we got a couple more here. Ocugen. It's into gene therapy to cure blindness. It's a major, nice cause here. Stock has been doing nicely off late. As you can see here, above its 200-day moving average, also above its 100-day moving average. As you see here right now, RSI is 50. That tells you it's okay to buy even up here at this time. No fundamentals at this time. They got, as you can see, zero sales. And then you got WOOF. They're into premium pet consumables, supplies, and so on and so forth. Stock is completely sold off below its 200, 100, 50, and 25-day moving average. And even on the balance volume is kind of going down. So this is when you can buy some as a contrarian and hold it for a while. Then we got Lee here, Chinese China-based automotive company, electric vehicle company. As you see here, it's got a positive sales growth. 1 year growth is very nice, as you can see here. Nice $1.8 billion sales. That's a good number here. Stock has been selling off very hard. RSI is 42. As you see here, it's a nice looking chart. Its company kind of goes up and down nicely. It's a good trading stock. Right now, it's trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average. As you see here, it went up to 200-day moving average last time and bounced back up again. Now it's into 100-day moving average. I could see the stock probably going to around 26 or so and bounce back nicely, but I would buy at these levels and accumulate. Good thing about this stock is really, if you look at the on the balance volume, it tells you even though stock is dropping, on the balance volume is pretty nice here. This is where you will see even though stock is dropping, on the balance volume is holding firm. That tells you it's a good sign. It's really, you'll see other way around typically. This is a good sign telling you it's okay to buy the stock even though stock is dropping, given on the balance volume is kind of stable here. And then you got Riot blockchain. I think it's into cryptocurrency, as you can see here. Probably I would buy this also, given stock is a little bit down. If you want, you could wait a little bit, given RSI is 56. But by looking at the on the balance volume here, pretty stable. I would buy some Riot blockchain into this weakness here and hold it for a while. And then you got here GRNV. They're into it's a SPAC. It's a blank check company. Stock shot up big time, as you can see here, went all the way to 25. So what do you do with these type of companies which shoots up and comes down? Right now it's $2. Right now GRNV, because it went up so much, I would not buy the stock at these levels. I would probably wait for it to pull back a little bit. And then you got ATOS here. This stock also kind of sold off, as you can see here. Clinical stage biopharmaceutical company into oncology and infectious diseases. So what I would do with this stock is really, as you scan through here, earnings stock went down, earnings stock went up big time, earning I think it just happened, stock is kind of down a little bit. So as you scan through this ATOS here, stock is sold off. There's some near-term progress here. That's a good thing. And insiders are selling it. Institutions are buying it. I would buy some of these companies slowly at these levels and hold it for a while. And then you got PBTS. It's into application and technology solutions in China. They're into compliance type software. As you scan through here, RSI is 51. Stock has done some progress. It gave it back on Friday. So as you scan through the chart here, on the balance volume shot up, as you can see here. So this is why even though stock fell off, on the balance volume shot up pretty steady. That tells you it's okay to buy, because typically you would not see this. It's okay to buy a little bit at these levels, given on the balance volume is holding pretty steady at this point. And then you got NAOV Nano. As you can see here, stock is kind of doing nicely off late. It's on the balance volume is also nice, going up in stages. As you can see here, right now it's thinking where to go, and it's 33% off from 52-week high. RSI 61. I would probably wait for a little pullback, given it went so high so quickly. I would wait for a little pullback here. So with these details, just to sum up, so when you want to buy a heavily shorted stock, look for stocks that are oversold, RSI less than 50, and recovering the shorter time frame, in 1 week and 2 week. Company down, but there is a sign that it can turn around in the shorter term. And look for stocks that are consolidating for a while and showing some signs of bullishness. Stocks with a huge drop and showing some signs of bullishness are always good one to buy. So we have seen some examples as we went through earlier. For example, FUV dropped big time. Probably that's one to look at. And also look for high short ratio. All the stocks that we looked at today have high short ratio, and they will give a nice pop when there is a short squeeze on any good news. And look for institutions and insiders buying the stocks. That's always a good sign. And typically look at fundamentally good companies. If you look at a company which shows green in 1 year sales, quarter over quarter sales growth, and also gross margin, those are your winning stocks. So you could buy those and hold it for a while, because even though it's a huge short ratio, these are fundamentally good companies. And then look for secular growth biotech stocks or even technology stocks that have those stocks that have fell down on bad news. Typically, you can buy them and you could look for a nice pop. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.